I think what I found most useful was the selection of topics. They were really interesting when you saw them, and they were things that were relevant. I like the mode of presentation, basically because of the profession that I'm engaged in now. I like the idea that you had a variety and you had different ways of encouraging people to participate. I like the feedback that was received throughout the presentations and not at the end. I like that approach. So as you got stuff, as you got issues that came up, you were able to ask right away, and possibly that's why I talked so much throughout it. I apologize. I like the handouts with the additional pointers to other resources. That's extremely useful. After you get all this mud thrown at you now, it gives you an opportunity to go back when you get back to your place of work and look it over and really look at other resources and build your capacity for this communication thing. Recommendations for what could be done better. I think we could have more time for some of the exercises. I really felt when I was drafting the structure for the policy brief that if I had a little bit more time to sit and speak with the presenter, my product could have possibly been better. I think also it would be nice to have a follow-up to this workshop, which would be specifically focusing on writing for policymakers, which I think everybody acknowledged was a deficient skill and we all need some additional help. And I think we needed more time for exchange among the participants on the things that they were working with. I mean, we're so busy trying to perfect what we have to do. I would really like to know more about Chris's people's agenda and what Salome is working on and the kind of schedule we have. It's hard to actually invest any time into finding out about that, but we have resorted to taking contact information and hopefully we'll follow up and find out more things. So I'm thankful for the experience.
Good morning. I just want to say thank you for this time that we had training here. I liked the whole course, mainly because it is going to help me to come up with very good ways of communicating issues or products that I come up with in the project to policymakers as well as to others so that they make good use of them. The course, I liked it, the way it was framed from the start, the introduction, that gave us on how we can communicate to influence, to engage others, but also to ensure that others even participate. I liked the way we learned on how we can formulate a communication strategy to develop the objectives, to come up with a monitoring plan and the resources that are required. I also liked that we also learned about how we can make policies, policy briefs, as well as press releases. These are very important because they are tools that will help us to reach out to more people. I liked the place that we were conducting the training, the Wallis space. It was very comfortable, very nice. The people were friendly, and it had everything that we needed. I also liked the way the facilitators engaged all of us. They were quite warm, but also took into consideration most of the issues and the learning experiences that we had. For improvement, I would suggest that maybe next time a training like this one could be conducted in a place like this one, Wallace Space, other than at the IIED office, which is quite small, and room for engagement would be quite small. But also, I would want to suggest that also maybe more time should be given to the practical aspect of the course. Thank you so much.
It's a great opportunity to be part of this program on the IIED Communication Learning Week. I think it was a great opportunity for me, especially from different cultural and different social background, to participate in the kind of important learning program. I think that one thing, the program was actually great It was a learning opportunity for me that will help me in improving my communication skill and putting into place a communication strategy for my organization. This is one of the things that I learned. I've also been doing a lot of work, a lot of good work, but the way to communicate the work I do to the public and to the donor community has been a constraint for me. And so this program helped me a lot to learn how to market my organization and also how to communicate well with the donor community and the community people that I serve. So I think this program was quite a lot. The facilitation was also good. Facilitators were kind of friendly, especially for participants that come from different social backgrounds. They created a kind of friendly environment where we freely interact with one another with no fear. That was also good. So I'm actually happy to be part of this program, and I want to recommend to the IIED that in the future, maybe what they can do is, because like if we're talking about writing a profile brief or policy brief, it requires a lot of time. It's not something that can be done in one day time. So my recommendation to IIED would be that to extend the time in the future so that participants can have more time to practically do some of these work with the facilitators. IIED did a lot with entertainment. I think a lot of food that we had, we were free everywhere. I mean, getting to know other people, journalists, you know, that we never met before, that we have not had the opportunity to see. I think this particular program gave a lot of opportunity to meet people out there and to connect to people. Okay.
Hi, I'm Vijay Khadgi from the International Center of Integrated Mountain Development. I'm from Nepal, and I'm here for the Communications Learning Week, which I think is fantastic. I would like to thank IIED and everyone who's been involved from the communication team for inviting us and for giving us a thoroughly enjoying experience. This week has been very good for me. What I thoroughly enjoyed was that the course got us started on a lot of things, and all of them are important. But what I think is that we didn't have enough time to finish all of what we started. We learned a lot, and we appreciate the facilitators' commitment to give us the extra time that we needed, and also their commitment to get us help started after we go back home to help us do our first bits of the policy brief, the media release, and the communication strategy. And I would like to thank them, and I look forward to working online with them to get this finished. I've been thinking about Mike's model. He said on the first or second day, I think, that while writing for these briefs, I should think of what I would save if my house was on fire. And sorry, Mike, but I think I will die in the fire, because I don't know what. I need to take me a lot of time to think what I need to save first. If this course happened in future, and if I was attending this course in future, I think it would be nice to have one full week write-up on one of these particular issues. Let's say it could be the policy brief or the communication strategy, and we would I would like to see that we devoted one full week to develop that, so that when we went back home, we took the knowledge as well as a finished product with us. Finally, thanks IIED for welcoming me to London. It's nice, cold, sometimes raining, but yeah, thoroughly enjoyable. Thanks to you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Jessie Davie from the Tanzania Natural Resource Forum. So I'm going to just provide a short overview about the Communications Learning Program. I came into the week with relatively high expectations after having reviewed the itinerary and receiving so many detailed emails from Teresa. So my expectations were quite high, but the week certainly lived up to my expectations, if not surpassed my expectations. So thank you. And thank you to IIED for this opportunity. It was personally a great learning experience for me, and I think for TNRF it was a fantastic experience. I'll be able to go back and I think bring a lot to the organization. IIED obviously has a fantastic communications team, so knowledgeable and very welcoming and so helpful, so thank you. The week was really comprehensive. We got very in depth on all sorts of aspects of communications. I think it was really great to have only 9 participants. I felt like I was really able to troubleshoot and workshop my own issues as well as other people's issues and make a lot of progress, not just talk kind of in theory about things. So the 9 number was great. Additionally, it was really wonderful to have to hear from people who have similar struggles and challenges as we do in Tanzania. Bureaucracies, politics, but simple things like trouble with internet connections, because it was more positive to hear how do people overcome these challenges, and I feel like I learned a lot from my peers. The handouts were all great. The varied presentations, I mean, a week of this could seem really long, and I was waking up every morning really excited for what had to come and was surprised that it was 6 o'clock every day, even when we had to write a press release only with an hour. I mean, I still enjoyed that a lot. I guess one suggestion I would have is to put the communication strategy section right on day 1, right after the Comms 101. I felt like that was a real good sort of foundation, and everything else, the policy briefs, the media, those all fit into a communication strategy, and so sort of to lay out the foundation first would have been useful. As well as to include it a bit more M&E. The section on M&E in the communication strategy was really helpful. We kind of broke down a policy brief, and I think to do that in all of the areas would be great as well. So I've gained a lot of wonderful tools, great contacts, and I now feel like I have some real concrete ideas to bring back to my organization. So thank you very much.
My name is George from Malawi. I attended this 1-week communication learning program at IIED. I'm really excited to have participated in this learning workshop. What interested more in this workshop, one, was the organization. I think everything was well arranged. We knew exactly what we were supposed to do. And secondly, I was also impressed with the content. As probably you are aware, my background is of an academic, and mostly we are not very good in communication, and this communication program has assisted me to appreciate the importance of communication in my daily life. I hope that the knowledge that I have gained, I'll be able to share in an effective way other than just thinking of the hard way. One of the suggestions that I would suggest to this course is that probably we could have practical, especially on the web. I noted that some of the participants were not aware of Twitter, Flick, so probably if we could have spent some time to be on the computer and be able to access these other social networks, it would assist. Probably we could also have managed to subscribe to some of these new technologies that are appearing on the market. Finally, let me thank IIED and all the facilitators. I think they tried their best to make the course quite interesting and quite interactive. Let me also thank my fellow participants. I have learnt a lot. I have never been in tobacco in Caribbean, but through this retreat we have been able to share experiences from different corners of the world. and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, Wallace Space is a really great place to have this meeting. If you can, move everything here. The snacks are great. I enjoyed a lot. What made it very useful the whole week for me was this early session on the case studies. So it was great to learn from the participants, and it kind of opened the whole world of communication topics and issues like in one afternoon. So it was an excellent chance to do that. I would, however, maybe next time try to shorten the discussion a bit, because after like this whole day I was just exhausted. It was quite a long day. What I appreciate a lot is your offer for this kind of backstopping service, so we can hand in our policy brief drafts, we can give you our first drafts of communication strategies. That's really great and very much appreciated. Especially useful for me, for my current job, was the discussion on the communication strategy. I liked it a lot, and it helped me a lot for me to develop my own strategy. I would have liked to have maybe a bit more of an example before looking at this theoretical framework. For me, it would have been easier to get into the topic. And another very useful thing was the discussion on the policy briefs and the policy makers. And again, I think we all learned this week how to kiss, so how to keep it short and simple. And what I take home is kiss your policy makers.
What I liked most about the learning program was that the sessions were very interactive and participatory, and that got everybody moving. So even when I didn't expect it to be so, but that made the whole program quite exciting. The sessions on the policy briefs and working with the media, that was very powerful. For me, I drew a lot of energy from that, and that could be is an important area for us when I go back in Uganda to work with and see how it can be improved. On the recommendations, I strongly feel that perhaps if there's an opportunity, we could work with sort of a mentorship. We could take this forward in sort of a mentorship program, especially in the area of working with the media and policymakers, because of, you know, the need to grow that language that you can use to engage and communicate on the different issues that we deal with. Thank you.
Hi, thank you for this opportunity, and I think that all that you gave us, it will be useful and help us to our countries, and especially the strategies and the ways that you made the briefs and the press releases. These kind of tips can help us to improve our communication, and not only between our institution is enough to improve the communication with other people and our target that we can go. Okay, I think that maybe you can take more time for other course for a strategy for a communication, and I feel that we need more about it, and maybe other people need more about it, and especially the objectives, how to write the objectives or something like that. But it's very hard to us to understand the best way that do that. It's only I like your country, I like the people that is here, and you are very warm people, and the same that all my partners in this course. And thank you a lot, and bye.